Does your engine explode? Does it quietly destroy bearings? Or is it one of those mechanics say never do it myths that cost drivers unnecessary stress? Here's the real reason this matters. Millions of drivers have done this accidentally. Wrong bottle at the store, topped off with whatever was in the garage. Dealer used something slightly different, and most of them never noticed a problem. But here's the part no one explains clearly. Mixing oils doesn't just change thickness. It changes protection margins, fuel economy behavior, and long-term wear patterns. And depending on your engine, climate, and driving style, that small change could either be harmless or slowly reduce engine life over 100,000 miles. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll know when mixing is safe, when it's risky, what manufacturers actually allow, and the one situation where mixing can cause real damage. Let's break it down calmly and clearly. Why manufacturers specify one oil. If mixing is chemically safe, why does your manual specify only one viscosity? Because oil choice effects, fuel economy testing, emissions compliance, cold start protection, warranty consistency. For example, many engines in the US use 0W-20 primarily for fuel economy targets. The same engines in other markets sometimes use 5W-30. Different regulations, same engine hardware. So mixing 0W-20 and 5W-30 often moves you closer to a middle ground. And that's not automatically dangerous. But here's the catch. Engine tolerances are tighter than ever. Modern engines use low-tension piston rings, narrow oil passages, variable valve timing systems, oil pressure-controlled actuators. Small viscosity changes affect oil pressure behavior, and oil pressure effects, cam phasers, hydraulic lifters, timing chain tensioners. That's where things get interesting. Section 1. What actually changes when you mix? Let's say your engine calls for 0W-20. You accidentally add 1 quart of 5W-30. What changes? At cold start, almost nothing dramatic. At operating temperature, oil film thickness increases slightly. That can be good for wear protection under heat. But fuel economy may drop slightly. Oil pressure may rise slightly. Flow speed may change slightly. Notice a pattern? Slight changes. Engines are not fragile glass sculptures. They operate within ranges. But when people mix oil repeatedly and randomly, they may not realize they are slowly shifting outside ideal design parameters. And that's where long-term wear patterns begin to shift. When mixing is completely fine. There are situations where mixing is not only safe, but recommended. Emergency top-off. Low oil level on a road trip. Correct oil unavailable. Need to prevent running low. Running low on oil causes immediate damage. Mixing compatible viscosities does not. Manufacturers often state in service literature that topping off with a slightly different viscosity is acceptable in emergencies, because oil level matters more than exact viscosity. Low oil equals bearing damage within minutes. Mixed viscosity equals minor change in performance envelope. Choose oil level over purity every time. When mixing becomes risky. Now here's where it matters. Turbocharged engines. High heat. High shear stress, high pressure. In turbo engines designed for 0W-20, mixing repeatedly with 5W-30 may increase oil pressure at high RPM, change flow characteristics through turbo bearings, alter variable valve timing response. It won't explode instantly, but modern turbo engines are calibrated very precisely. Consistent viscosity helps maintain predictable behavior. Random blending over multiple oil changes. That creates inconsistency, and inconsistency increases stress. Section 2. Fuel economy versus protection debate. This is where psychology enters. Many drivers think, thicker oil always protects better. It sounds logical, but protection is not just thickness. It's flow, film strength, additive chemistry, and temperature stability. 0W-20 protects extremely well when designed for the engine. 5W-30 may provide a slightly thicker film at high temperature. Mixing them gives a compromise. But compromise is not always improvement. It's just middle ground. And middle ground is not automatically superior. Section 3. Oil additive packages matter more than you think. Here's something rarely discussed. Viscosity isn't the only variable. Each oil brand has detergent levels, anti-wear additives like zinc/phosphorus, friction modifiers, shear stabilizers. When you mix different brands and viscosities, you dilute additive concentration. Not dangerously, but measurably. Used oil analysis often shows that mixing reduces additive strength slightly. Again, not catastrophic, but if your goal is maximum longevity, consistency wins over improvisation. What used oil analysis shows. Used oil analysis, UOA, is one of the best tools we have. Labs measure iron from cylinder walls and crankshaft, aluminum from pistons, copper from bearings, fuel dilution, viscosity stability. In engines that accidentally mix small amounts of 0W-20 and 5W-30, most reports show wear metals remain within normal range. Viscosity lands somewhere between the two oils. Additive levels slightly diluted but still effective. In other words, short-term mixing does not suddenly increase wear. Engines are designed with safety margins. But here's the nuance. Consistency matters more over 150,000 miles than over 7,500 miles. And long-term data is harder to track. The real variable, HTHS viscosity. This is where things get more technical, but I'll keep it simple. HTHS stands for high temperature, high shear viscosity. This is the oil's strength under load and heat. Most 0W-20 oils have an HTHS around 2.6 to 2.8. Most 5W-30 oils sit around 3.0 to 3.2. When you mix them, you likely land somewhere around 2.9 to 3.0. That's actually close to many European 5W-30 specifications. So in many cases, mixing slightly increases film strength compared to pure 0W-20. That sounds positive. But again, engines are tuned for specific oil pressure curves. Modern variable oil pumps adjust flow based on expected viscosity. Changing that viscosity changes pump load and pressure behavior slightly. It's not catastrophic, but it changes the calibration balance. Section 4. Where problems can actually start. Now we get to the scenario where mixing can create issues. Frequent partial top-offs with different oils over multiple intervals. Example, oil change with 0W-20, top off later with 5W-30. Next change with 5W-30, top off with 0W-20. Different brand each time. Over time, you're creating unpredictable blends. Not dangerous immediately, but inconsistent. Engines like stability, especially direct injection engines. Turbocharged engines, engines with timing chain tensioners driven by oil pressure. Small variations in oil pressure response can accelerate timing chain wear, change cam phaser behavior, increase fuel dilution sensitivity. This is where long-term inconsistency becomes measurable. Cold climate considerations. In cold climates, viscosity differences matter more. 0W-20 flows faster at extremely low temperatures. 5W-30 is slightly thicker when cold. If you mix and shift closer to a 5W-25 equivalent, cold start cranking effort increases slightly. In very cold regions, below 0 degrees Fahrenheit, this can increase startup wear. Not dramatically, but enough that manufacturers choose 0W-20 for cold start reliability. So climate plays a role. Hot climate, slightly thicker blend may even be beneficial. Extreme cold, stick closer to manufacturer spec. Turbocharged engines are less forgiving. Turbo engines run hotter oil temperatures. Oil lubricates turbo bearings spinning over 100,000 revolutions per minute. Thicker oil increases pressure. Thinner oil increases flow speed. Manufacturers design turbo oil channels precisely. Repeated mixing shifts viscosity unpredictably. This can change turbo spool characteristics, affect oil cooling behavior, influence oil breakdown speed. Again, this is not instant failure territory, but over 150,000 miles. Small changes compound. Warranty and manufacturer perspective. Here's something practical. If your engine is under warranty, manufacturers expect oil that matches specification. If there is a major engine failure, service records matter. Will 1 quart of mixed oil void a warranty? Unlikely. But consistently ignoring viscosity recommendations? That can create questions. And warranty disputes are expensive. Keeping records simple avoids headaches. Section 5. The myth that mixing creates sludge. Let's address a common fear. Mixing different viscosities causes sludge. Modern synthetic oils are designed to be compatible under API standards. Sludge forms from long oil intervals, excessive fuel dilution, overheating, poor maintenance, not from mixing 2 API-approved oils of similar grade. That myth comes from the 1970s and 1980s when additive chemistry varied more dramatically. Today's oils are far more standardized. What actually causes damage? Here's the truth. The damage risk from mixing oil is small. The real danger is running low on oil, skipping oil changes, using low-quality oil, ignoring oil consumption, allowing fuel dilution to build. Those kill engines. Mixing 0W-20 and 5W-30 once in an emergency? That does not. Perspective matters. Is blending a smart strategy? On paper, mixing sounds clever. You get slightly thicker protection than 0W-20, slightly better cold flow than 5W-30, a custom in-between viscosity. But here's the reality. Oil engineers already design oils to balance cold start flow, film strength, shear stability, additive chemistry, oxidation resistance. When you blend randomly, you're guessing. Manufacturers don't recommend DIY viscosity tuning. Why? Because engines are calibrated around known oil pressure curves. Modern engines use oil pressure to control variable valve timing, timing chain tension, hydraulic lifters, active oil pumps. Predictability matters more than creative mixing. Consistency wins over experimentation. Section 6. When mixing actually makes sense. There is one scenario where mixing is smart. High mileage engines with mild oil consumption. Let's say your engine was designed for 0W-20. It has 180,000 miles. It burns half a quart every 1,000 miles. Moving slightly thicker toward 5W-30 can improve oil film strength, reduce minor oil consumption, provide slightly better high temp stability. But here's the key. Do it consistently, not random blending every change. If you're going to shift viscosity, commit to it intentionally. Many manufacturers even allow switching from 0W-20 to 5W-30 in high temperature conditions. That's not abuse. That's adaptation. The real risk nobody mentions. Here's the scenario that actually causes problems. Mixing conventional oil with synthetic oil, or mixing oils that do not meet the same API or manufacturer standard. Viscosity difference is usually harmless. Specification mismatch is not. If one oil meets API SP, ILSA CGF6, Dexos 1 Gen 2, and the other doesn't, you may reduce a detergent protection, LSPI protection, low-speed pre-ignition, turbo deposit control. That matters far more than 20 versus 30 weight. Modern engines care about chemistry more than thickness. Section 7. The mechanics say never myth. You'll often hear, never mix oils. It will ruin your engine. That sounds dramatic, but it's oversimplified. Professional service manuals often state, top off with similar viscosity and specification is acceptable, because the greater danger is running low. Engines fail from oil starvation, not from slight viscosity blending. Mechanics warn against mixing because consistency avoids confusion. Correct spec prevents warranty issues. Standardization reduces liability. But chemically, small mixing is not catastrophic. Section 8. What happens? Over 200,000 miles. Here's the long-term perspective. If you mix once or twice, no measurable impact. If you mix randomly every oil change, you create variability. Engines tolerate variability, but high mileage longevity thrives on stability. Engines that reach 300,000 miles usually share traits: consistent oil choice, consistent change intervals, consistent maintenance, not experimentation. The two mistakes that actually cause damage. Now here are the two real mistakes. Mistake number 1, using the wrong specification. Using oil that does not meet your engine's required standard is far worse than mixing 0W-20 and 5W-30. For example, using an oil without LSPI protection in a turbo direct injection engine. That can cause pre-ignition events, and pre-ignition can crack pistons. Cost: $4,000 to $8,000 engine rebuild. Always match the spec first, viscosity second. Mistake number 2, ignoring oil level. This one destroys more engines than mixing ever will. Low oil reduces oil pressure, cooling capacity, bearing lubrication, turbo lubrication. Half a quart low repeatedly over years increases wear dramatically. Drivers worry about mixing brands. They forget to check the dipstick. Priorities matter. Section 9. So what should you do? Here's the calm answer. If you accidentally mix 0W-20 and 5W-30, relax. It will not destroy your engine. If you need to top off in an emergency, use compatible oil. Level matters more than perfection. If you want maximum longevity, pick one high-quality oil that meets spec. Stick with it. Change it consistently. Monitor oil level. That's it. No drama, no superstition, no fear. Modern engines are resilient. They are not fragile machines waiting to explode from minor deviations, but they are sensitive to neglect. Mixing 0W-20 and 5W-30 occasionally? Harmless. Ignoring oil consumption for 20,000 miles? Expensive. Using cheap oil that lacks proper additives? Risky. Consistency is protection. Now I want to hear from you. Have you ever mixed viscosities? Was it accidental or intentional? Did you notice anything change? Drop your mileage and oil type in the comments, because real-world data from drivers matters more than myths. If this helped you think clearly instead of panicking, hit like. And if you want to know whether switching permanently from 0W-20 to 5W-30 actually extends engine life, watch the next video. Oil debates are loud. Engine longevity is quiet.